wow as I check my whole setup and my camera because I'm so excited.
It got really bright in my room this afternoon, way brighter than I normally have my camera attuned to deal with, because Chicago's been a little bit gloomy recently with all the winter weather and the overcast skies and the getting dark early at like 4:30 p.m. So we've got things readjusted now. We're coming back after the 8th Right Radio podcast, and we're gonna do some more story. Because I have been thinking about this. We got done with the podcast and literally my co-hosts were just like, Rook, just go play right now, so help me. And I was like, okay, you don't need to tell me twice. Enteleki, oh no, we're friends in thinness. Wow. Sorry, I'm sorry. Sometimes I get very overwhelmed by how cute things are. If it makes anybody feel better, I make those noises that my cats do. I think they've gotten used to them, for the most part. All appears to be well. They shouldn't take long. He's a big... Hold on, how's that butt crack looking? Oh my god. They smudged the butt crack. I'm pretty sure they have very pronounced butt cracks in our world. I'm gonna have to go find them now. This is what normal people think about, right? Don't you dare tell me otherwise. They do. They've got these perfect little saggy butt cheeks in all the other zones. Maybe their butt cheeks weren't perfect enough for this world. Never before had I heard of Dynamis or Entelekis. I can only assume the Elpis flower was submitted to the Bureau before I joined. Emmett Selk appears to be deep in thought. No! Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I wasn't ready, but now I am. Not that I or anyone else would be able to make use of it, even if we knew. But it irks me to discover that there is an entirely different form of energy. And no one told me. But we could make use of it, right? Because of our thinness of ether. That personal annoyance aside, Hermes' knowledge is undeniably impressive. Given that there are none among the 14 who specialize in the celestial, he would be a welcome addition. Assuming he can be persuaded to join, that is. I still can't understand his hesitation. I mean, I think we know what he specializes in. At least if you've read the stories and things, right? He is able to perceive souls at a level which is very difficult for many people. He knows a lot about, like, the material of the soul, the essence of things like that, and he's able to shift his own form. I think they refer to him as, like, a sorcerer of Eld in many places, right? Why did you join the convocation? Oh ho! You wish to know why Emmett Selk was chosen for the convocation? I should be glad to share the tale. This is when your friends are like, wait. When he tells it, it's not going to be nearly as funny, so let me tell it. It began when... Not another word. Lest you've forgotten, we're here to learn about Hermes, not me. My misspent youth is not your concern. Were you Randy Wild Boy? What'd you do? I must know. Hythlodeus, you and me later. We're gonna get coffee, we're gonna talk about it. Please tell me now. Yay! Coffee date. You can share any secrets over a coffee date. I'll tell you the tale when we're away from sensitive ears. What now? I want to learn about the convocation. If you would accompany us, I suppose you should at least know that much. The Convocation of 14 is a governing body that determines myriad policies. Our goal is to ensure that all is right in creation, that our star may know a brighter future. As the name suggests, the council is comprised of 14 offices, each of which is held by an individual chosen for their surpassing abilities. Depending on the office, one is required to either be an authority in a certain field, or possess skills that would facilitate the performance of their stipulated duties. The former category includes Mitron, specialist in aquatic life, Lowgriff, specialist in terrestrial life and husbandry. So, Mitron is the one who caused the Sin Eaters and became Eden, correct? I might be wrong on this, and if I am, I will fact check myself later. But who was in love with Lowgriff, who is Gaia. If I'm remembering correctly. I'm like thinking back through it, and I'm like, pretty sure she said, mine is the seat of Lowgriff. Or that whole bit there. So I think that's what those references are. Halmarut, specialist in fungal and plant life. Emeroloth, specialist in medicine and healing. And La Hebrea, specialist in creation magics, who has brought forth phantom beings of the highest complexity, who is also responsible for the original concept of Phoenix, as we know. As for the latter category, there is Ultima, advocate of the arts. Igeom, champion of enlightenment and rhetoric. That's what she was! That makes me very happy. Igeorm was always one of the Ascians. Like, I wish they had kept her around and actually kept her in the lineup, because we got too many dude Ascians all up in there. We got too much dude Ascians up in there. So, we need more lady Ascians up in there. And she always got done dirty, having to fusion Ha and then get destroyed. Pashtarot, preserver of discipline and order, Emet-Selk, keeper of the ethereal realm, or underworld in the vernacular, which is the ethereal sea, the other plane of sort of transcendent existence, right? Fandaniel, pursuer of extant phenomena, and Azem, traveler of the world and counselor to the people. That's us! What? Should I be revealing such details to you? No, don't be silly. Even children know this much, and you would do well to remember it all. We were the advocate for the people, of course we were! What are we doing now? We're advocating for the people! I love you. I love you, Medion. Please don't turn evil later, I beg you. My apologies for the wait. I have inspected the Ampelos to my satisfaction. All is well with the creature, and I dare say it won't be long ere it is released into the world. Another creation, however, reportedly isn't faring so well. The Charybdis. That is what we shall tend to next. If you would follow me, my friends, we shall return to the main isle and head north. The Charybdis. Hold on, I'm thinking through. Charybdis is the name of the ability that Alt-Roit uses. I'm trying to think if I've seen any creature. I didn't know what that was for a second. It is a Lalafell. I was like, what's that small little thing? Is it another whimsical creation? Maybe, but it is for sure a Lalafell. Oh, interesting that this is called Morning Dew. Not like Morn, M-O-R-N. It could be that they're referring to like an older spelling of the word. It might have M-O-U-R-N, but usually, as far as I know, a lot of those spellings but might have M-O-R-N-E, like Achmorn, right? Whereas M-O-U-R-N would oftentimes denote like to mourn, to lament, which is kind of sad. It's next to Lethe. No, later. I will deep dive into this area later. I can't do it right now. I've got to do story. I love these boys. I think we see them first, the Occuputi? I think we see them first in... Oh, no. In, Zadnor, actually. I think there's a boss that has that look, but I actually really want one as a mount. I think they are so beautiful. I love weird chimerical creatures that are not chimerical in a depressing way. Not a chimera from Full Metal Alchemist kind of situation, which still absolutely destroys me. But in a different way, in a more fantastical, delightful, fun way. They're over here. It's this boy! I think they also sometimes use the ability Charybdis, right? Where it reduces you to 1 HP. Big sky snakes! Why is this one blue and shiny? Oh, forgive me. I thought another member of the convocation had come. This is turning out to be an eventful day. There is a slight difference in etheric balance between these Charybdises. By this, it may be assumed that they aren't the original creations, but their offspring. Ah! Maybe that is a bit of proof that, like, the different ways that life forms evolve or change has to do with how they are born and possibly either their own etheric temperament or the etheric temperament of, like, the area that they're born into or something else that would be kind of, we would assume, like, an evolutionary function, right? And cause different branches of creatures. It could also be that maybe they're saying here that... some natural property of this one in passing down got enhanced or something? Maybe kind of like we would expect genetics if we're going to draw, like, a correlation to that. I don't know. A serpentine bird or a winged snake? That's the real question, huh? Look, they had a baby! I understand there is a problem with one of the Charybdises. Yes, that's right. As you know, the Charybdis is based on a sea creature. Owing to adjustments to enhance its affinity to wind, it is capable of flight. The specimens created from the concept could all fly without issue, but a problem arose in subsequent generations. This third-generation creature was born with an etheric balance leaning strongly towards water. Its aquatic origin reasserting itself, it would seem. The result being its affinity to wind is diminished, and it cannot fly. No matter what we try, we can't get it to rise even the slightest bit. For such change to manifest in so few generations, oh, I fear they are too unstable, flawed. With your permission, I will revert the creatures and recommend to the Bureau that the concept be revised. With its etheric balance leaning towards water, the Charybdis would indeed struggle to manipulate wind. Yet it is too early to conclude that it cannot fly. Having failed at first, it may simply have developed a fear. I shall transform and fly with it, helping it to manipulate wind until it finds its wings. What? You needn't go to such lengths. Valka's like, oh, you're a secret good boy, I see. Not so secret, huh? And he can transform too? You don't know? Oh, but of course not. Transformation is an art in which one manipulates a vast quantity of ether to construct another body around oneself. In practice, this allows one to assume any conceivable form, and thereby transcend the limits of one's flesh. Yet, convenient though it may be, transforming in the presence of others is considered vainglorious in the extreme, as uncouth and unseemly as running about robeless, shameless. And look what you did later in your life, Emmett Selk. That's a little spicy what you did. Am I to understand you make a habit of this? Nothing of the sort. It's just that, when transformed, I can wield the wind and fly. He's not Quetzalcoatl, is he? It may seem excessive, but what is our shame next to the lives of these creatures? They deserve a chance, and we owe it to them to do all in our power. Be that as it may. Yes, I believe I have a solution. Emmett Selk, may I trouble you to move that Charybdis away from its fellows, somewhere out of sight? Emmett, be my errand boy. Emmett's bitter because Emmett was the errand boy of his time. Meanwhile, I'd like the rest of you to help me prepare here. What mischief are you scheming now? No mischief, I assure you. I would but spare you the need to report to your colleagues that Hermes committed an indiscretion. So have a little faith, and run along. Bye-bye, scoot scoot! See you later! I trust you don't mind. This is such good stuff. This is such good lore stuff. This is such good foundations of the world stuff. Hythlodeus is a man of ideas. I wonder what he has thought up this time. We must help the Charybdis to fly, or else they will all die. Such a bother when we could simply begin anew. Ugh. But I shall defer to the chief overseer. He used to advocate for saving life at all costs, and then he became that later? Gosh, he could have been such a massive ally to us. MSQ is out of sight. Good, good. Let's speak of the plan. It's a stroke of genius, really. We have MSQ train the Charybdis. Yes. Aside from being able to fly untransformed, he can readily see ether currents, and with his adept spellcraft, he can also employ suitable wind magics to guide the creature along. While he's indeed capable of all you described, it is not his duty. I am loath to trouble him with it. Don't be. As I mentioned, it would also be for his own sake. With that settled, let's begin at once. Valka, I want you to go to MSQ. Tell him that you have a favor to ask. He will be disinclined to cooperate at first, that's why we call him Tsundere here in the world of the ancients. But you mustn't be discouraged. With our friend, the trick is to be unflaggingly persistent. Off you go now, and good luck. I have a favor to ask. Okie dokie. Hey, MSQ. I'm gonna call him that. MSQ. I think that works. I feel like it's appropriate. And now that we knew him in the past for realsies and have some even current memories of it, we haven't quite reclaimed our past memories yet. I feel like I can give him a nickname, you know? It won't change my love of him. I still love him aggressively. Oh, this is so pretty. The fair skies weather effect in this one, that's my favorite with the pink and the purple. I don't even normally like pink, but I do like it in the sky. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. This way. Emmett, hey, Emmett, hey. Do it. Well, are your preparations for this scheme that is clearly not a scheme complete? Say, I have a favor to ask. Oh, no you don't. I'm not lifting a finger. Ugh. I don't know what Hythlodeus is up to, and I will not be made to know. I refuse. Please, MSQ. This is the best. Please, MSQ. Did it not work? I thought I typed it like that, but maybe not. Please, MSQ. Please.
No. You are not foisting this nonsense on me.
All my nonsense is your nonsense now.
I'm given to understand you have the power to help the Charybdis, and should be quite willing to do so. And so I appeal to your better nature, most benevolent MSQ. Please teach her to fly.
Please, MSQ, teach her how to fly.
Right now.
Now, there's no need to go quite that far. Altruism is its own reward, as I'm sure he would agree.
Wouldn't you, Emmett Selk?
Oh, would he now? And who contrived to put me in this position, pray tell?
Nothing so devious. I merely suggested a possible course of action.
It was just a thought I had.
Please, Emmett Selk. Please.
He can't say no to a cute bird child.
I did not come all this way to play nursemaid to your creations. I'd thank you to remember this favor and let it be the last.
Yeah, that's right. Teamwork, everybody. Well done. I love bothering Emmett Selk. Ooh.
I will aid it once it has taken to the air. It falls to you to shepherd it skyward.
Did he just summon? Is that like one of his familiars?
Well, let's relax and enjoy the spectacle, shall we?
Yes, and while we do, you can tell me all about why he joined the convocation. I'll get the coffee ready. I do like that they use that mount. This is so cute.
You were wondering why Emmett Selk joined the convocation.
God, I love this.
Truth be told, he wasn't the first choice for the office. I was. On the strength of my ability to see ether.
This is in the story. This is in the short story.
But I declined the offer. For though my vision is exceptional, I am pedestrian in all other aspects.
Don't you dare say that.
Worse even.
Don't you dare say that about yourself. You are anything. You are exceptional in beautifulness and kissability and life partner qualities. And that's a real gift because some people do struggle with that. But you have a face that looks like it could melt an angel's heart. You are an angel, maybe. You might also be an angel, Hythlodeus.
Quite abysmal when it comes to manipulating ether, for example. Couldn't transform even if I had a mind to do so.
I want us to learn how to transform.
What good is the ability to perceive a problem if one cannot act to address it? Emmett Selk has no such shortcomings. He excels in vision and manipulation both, the latter to an extraordinary degree. If there is a mage more powerful, I do not know of them.
He a good boy. I take a picture of his face, even though he's stinky. He got that stinky energy.
Thus did I recommend him for the office in my stead. And I wasn't the only one. Far from it. Countless others vouched for his skill and character. People the world over, to whom he had previously lent a helping hand.
Boy, do I really hate that we killed him.
Oh, how surprised he was. Claimed he hadn't done anything remarkable for anyone. Modest to a fault. He deserved every bit of acclaim he received. Yet he may well have gone unappreciated were it not for a mutual friend.
Us?
A singular soul who can't help but involve herself in the business of others. Where she walks, excitement is certain to follow.
Aww.
Her antics irritate him itself to no end. But much of his grumbling stems from genuine concern. When our friend calls, he never fails to answer and lend his talents.
I just want to be able to talk to him even once, knowing the things we know, you know? It's just like, what a horrible tragedy that we didn't know who they were until after we'd already had to end them. Ugh.
And in the course of doing so, he himself came to be recognized and respected by those around him. They are truly remarkable individuals, and I'm proud to call them friends.
My girlfriend and boyfriend.
To help them realize their dreams. This will be my greatest contribution to our world.
Aww.
And when they have fulfilled their respective purposes, so too shall I have fulfilled mine, and together we may return to the star.
Well, 2 out of 3 are there and waiting. I hope we get to see them again. I'm gonna take a screenshot too. I want to remember this. Sorry, this one got me.
Look at me, spilling my innermost secrets. I can't seem to help it with you.
I got that as them stink on me.
I can only assume it is due to the color of your soul.
I just don't understand how you can be so alike and yet so different.
Well done, my pet. Well done.
Yay! It just took a few tries. Oh, he happy. You know
Yes.
he happy
I dare
about
say the
it.
Charybdis will be fine here on. Why don't you go and signal to Selk?
Oh my gosh,
Let him
sorry.
know his arduous task is at an end.
This isn't even really a sad cutscene, and yet I am having so many emotions about it. To think of what we even unknowingly lost. And if we, like, this is the thing, if we had known, if we had remembered, would we have fought just as hard to redeem and save them as we are for any of the people of the world now? Like, I mean, we tried, right? We gave them opportunities. Obviously, Hythlodeus is a perfect good boy and he did nothing wrong ever in his whole life. But Stinky Boy Selk, he's complex and he has layers, like a smelly onion. Smelly onion that I can't get enough of. And I just wish we'd fought harder for him. Just goes to show that even if you don't know someone, you can still, the possibility of what you could learn about them, no matter what it is, right? Even if you don't actually have an ancient past life that you both shared, we don't ever know everybody's full story, and all we could ever do is try to make the efforts to learn, and they may not accept us or want us, or, I don't know, we may not get along with them, but it's just so worth it to learn it, to know something about them in any way, shape, or form. If I didn't know better, I'd say Selk is enjoying himself. Not that he'd ever deign to admit it. Of course he's enjoying himself. He loves doing a good thing. Look, Valka! Look how well the Charybdis flies! It's flying. It's really flying. As if it were born to do so. Oh, thank goodness. Selk! What am I supposed to do here? Say something? Gesture to him? I have missed it. Here, look out! Yes, okay, wave. Charybdis appears to be the subject of Selk's undivided attention. You may need to wave rather forcefully in his direction. This is my forceful wave. Emerging from his reverie, Selk notices you and begins to descend with the Charybdis. Elpis is my favorite zone so far. I mean, gosh, Thavnair was amazing too. I mean, everything is amazing for different reasons, but like, this is a whole nother level. I have no words to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, the Charybdis has learned to fly. And Valka and I could relax and have a pleasant chat. I'm sure you did. The creature needed some small assistance at first, but soon it was flying more or less on its own. I doubt you will need to repeat the lesson. That was truly impressive. I witnessed it all from afar. The Charybdis flies. Indeed. With this, we've proven that even a creature with skewed etheric balance is capable of flight. Though we helped it to achieve this, the Charybdis is a herd animal. They may well aid their struggling kin in like fashion, if and when the need arises. Keeping this in mind, I bid you continue observing them. If that is what you want. But, if I may say so, rather than hoping an idealistic possibility comes to pass, would it not be simpler to have the concept adjusted? That way, we could guarantee that anomalies such as this specimen are never born in the first place. These creatures are already here. We will spare no effort in giving them a chance to survive. As you wish, Chief. As you wish. I mean, plus, you never know. Unique mutations might be, believe it or not, unique. Interesting. They might take on a life of their own beyond what you conceived. Hermes? I'm fine, don't worry. Well, that concludes all of my present tasks. Let us return to Agnorisis for now. Okay. I guess let's go back. I wonder if we can unlock that one yet. I mean, I shouldn't run us all the way over there. The story has us going right here, but also I just want to look at everything in this zone. I want to see everything. What is this place? Oh, does it let you like teleport between the different islands? I bet you it does, huh? Probably, because they did mention teleporters earlier, so there might be a sort of difference in how they do these or use these. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, we're gonna go back. Back to the center of this beautiful big island. Philomythis Notos. Oh, I just want to know what everything means. Okay. I thoroughly enjoyed myself, at the end most of all. All the creations are happy. That makes me happy too. Now you've seen what I do. Was it everything you were expecting? Why is this Santa man standing on top of my Emmett Silk? What? Want to apologize for forcing me to help, do you? Save your breath. You didn't force me to do anything. I merely chose the most expeditious way to have done with an impediment to our business. Yeah, sure. I'm tired. Leave me be. Something's weighing on Hermes' mind, no. Tell me, Valka, in the course of watching me, have you learned aught of value? Nothing so far. Are you kidding me? What? We've learned so much, I can't even comprehend how much we've learned. Dynamis seemed promising. Dynamis, you say? Curious that such an obscure phenomenon should be of interest to you. Chief Hermes, what good fortune to find you here. Is something the matter? The Lykaon? Ikeon? I can't tell. I think if it... It's either a lowercase L or a capital I. I think it's a capital... no, you know what? If I compare it to the other I in the sentence, it has a slight angle at the top. Lykaon, I think. The Lykaon. I'm afraid it's done it again. No sooner did we release one for observation than it set upon the nearby Occupites, slaughtering them. Was the creature hungry or somehow provoked? I had just fed them myself, and the Occupites were keeping a wide berth. It is the nature of the Lykaon that is to blame, their innate viciousness. Temperament aside, it is an outstanding creation, perfect in form and function. Though it may not be suited for release, I've no doubt that the Bureau will find its concept, will accept it for preservation. In any case, there's no point in postponing the inevitable. Doros will revert them all once the paperwork is in order. Where is the scene of the incident? Just off the path to the 12 Wonders. As you make your way, you should see it on the left. I don't know if Doros is still there, however. Why does he want to save them all so badly? Hermes! Wait! Oh, they did it. They made me like him. I like him. He is fanny pack no more. Inside a fanny pack was a beautiful Hermes just waiting to be found. If this is part of his work, then I would observe. We follow. Oh. If like all creatures were bred to have a temperament that was what, at peace with each other? Then how do we get things like wild, vicious beasts and stuff like that? Are they remnants from the final days? Is there something else going on with them? Were there some that were made that had, you know, more aggressive temperaments? Did they, I don't know, decide on something like a circle of life kind of thing, where they were creating predators and prey, and so on and so forth? You'd think they'd have to because of overpopulation being a possible concern, but... we gotta go a little way. But hey, we're exploring the other side of this big circle we haven't quite been to yet. I wonder how many other sky cities like this there were. Oh, a lot of things got deaded. It's heavy. Hermes' pain. The Occupite is no easy prey. With its hooves and horns, it was designed to be formidable even on land, so they must do some sort of circle of life type thing. Yet they didn't stand a chance against the Lykaon. A fearsome beast, this Lykaon, but where is it now? The lacerations and burns are unmistakable. A Lykaon was indeed responsible. But the creature is nowhere to be seen. Doros must have taken it away. The man makes his base at the 12 Wonders. I shall go and seek him out there. Emmett Selk and I will search the area for good measure, just to make sure the Lykaon did not escape. My thanks. Let us meet at the 12 Wonders when you have finished. I will go on ahead. Please, follow with Valka. Come! It's down this path and over the bridge. Okay, these are the same lines. So down we go. Is this sort of the area that we saw? The area that we saw, Vina? Also, I guess that some of these creatures do seem to have, I mean, at least somewhat aggressive temperaments. Obviously, it's a zone, so they have to have enemies and things in it, typically, so it's not as though everything here is completely peaceful, but maybe it had to do with the fact that it wasn't supposed to be attacking these creatures. Not to, like, unless it was hungry or something like that, right? Which is why he asked, like, was it hungry? Or is it just unnecessarily aggressive and vicious and terrible? which would be a problem, because it would probably upset the natural order more than anything else. The 12 Wonders. What are the 12 Wonders? I'm going to get this aetherite. Okay. The Pegasus! What an enchanting familiar. I would be delighted to assist in your little journey of discovery and personal growth. What do you do here? My role is to maintain the wonders, and thus the climate across Elpis. I ensure that our every environment meets the needs of our flora, fauna, and staff, of course. Environs represent each part of Etheres. Environs representing each part of Etheres are recreated here in Elpis, that we might gain a robust understanding of our concept's potential. As such, maintaining the appropriate balance region by region is tricky work, but more than worth the effort. This is where that one dungeon is. It has to be. What kind of place is this? The 12 Wonders is the wellspring of Elpis's weather after a fashion. Here do we employ the latest spellcraft from Amarot to maintain and adjust the assorted climes through which our creations frolic for test purposes. Naturally, as in other parts of Elpis, we also observe and experiment with set concepts. This conversation being perhaps one such experiment. Very good to know. Thank you for all your information. I do appreciate it. Surrounded by such wonders, one cannot help but envision new concepts. Not all of them good, mind you. What, some of them are dirty, nasty? Can I go in? No. Hyrax, that's a good name, I like that. Though my nymphi may be capricious, insolent, gluttonous, generally lacking any sense of morality whatsoever, I think they're delightful. Well, you know what? You do you! Make something that speaks to you, and clearly they spoke to you. Have you seen me eat anything today? Between my observational work and my writing, I've been so busy that I cannot quite recall if I did. Deucalion, your guess is as good as mine, and my guess is I do not know. Are you hungry? That'll be the first question. Do you remember cooking? Is there a lingering taste in your mouth of food you might have eaten? Perhaps I shall petition for incorrigible to be added to the list of this concept's innate traits. I love how they do this. To take something like Plato's form of ideals, or like so many other things within this, the template of life, the construction, the creation of the known universe, what a fantastic just jumping off point to create this massive world. I mean, their own creativity and their own fantasy as well, just being added in. I have so enjoyed the time I've spent with the Eiloroi. If only all our creations were so sweet. I can't go in any of them, that's okay. Oh, did I attune? I did, perfect. This is so good, this is so good, this is so good. It's a good thing I've had to take a couple breaks between, because my face would otherwise be like permanently frozen in a smile. There it is! The 12 Wonders! Hermes is looking for Doros. Let's look for Doros too. He's a man with long blonde hair, I think. I'll know him when I see him. Okay, this time we cannot miss any of our circles. Long blonde hair man. There is blonde-haired woman, dark-haired man. We'll talk to everybody. Ooh, let's see what we've got here. Oh, okay, just the same, basically. If you're with me, Tion, then I assume you're on an errand for Hermes. What can I do for you? Sorry, wrong person. We're looking for Doros. Ah, I see. We do have similar hair, so people often mistake us from afar. I hope you find him soon. This man has long hair. It is a man. Once I get back and record today's results, I should finally be able to put that report to bed. Not Doros. His hair is long, but the color is wrong. Given its body weight and the effort it requires to remain aloft, I would say this creature can fly for... Oh, I just am so in love. I'm so in love with this whole part and everything that's going on and all of this. There's a person back here, Alchemy. I am observing concepts that specialize in illusions, of course. Can't you tell? Yeah, totally, definitely, for sure. Definitely can tell. Okay, so not there either. There's Deucalion. Deucalion is an incredible name and I love it. There's blonde-haired man. Doros! That's Doros! Well now, if it isn't Meteon, what brings you here? Oh, I thought I heard familiar voices. I didn't realize you two had decided to help me search for Doros. Thank you. You're in charge of the Lykaones, I believe. Where are they now? Out in the field in restraints. Frenzied as they were, I couldn't well return them to Katisis. Once I've submitted my report, I'll see them reverted without delay. It's as he says. The beasts are indeed quite ferocious. You're one of the 14. What brings you here? Nothing you need concern yourself with, as you were. We've heard the news that the Lykaon slaughtered Arcupites. As the observer in charge, you are of the opinion that they are not fit to be released. I am. Their abnormal aggression and exceptional strength makes for a highly problematic combination. It matters not where they are released. Lykaons would threaten other species and upset the natural order. Could it be that the specimens observed are an outlier? Highly unlikely. We've created a good many of them, all exhibited the same tendencies. Even when we used Kairos to begin with a fresh slate, their behavior was unchanged. Kairos? A memory reconfiguration system. The chief himself created it. It allows us to erase our alter memories that we may observe creations in different environmental conditions without needing to remake them from scratch. Quite impressive, and potentially dangerous. Depending on the intensity of the etheric emissions, Pastorot may wish to have words with you. Rest assured, I've kept all values within prescribed limits, and to prevent misuse, its applications are limited to those authorized by the Chief Overseer. Do not misunderstand. To manipulate a subject's memories is an intrusive act I deeply abhor, but it is still preferable to execution. Come now, Chief, let's not be so melodramatic. What was born of ether is simply being reduced to its original state. I know the distinctions concern you, but we mustn't lose sight of the bigger picture, making rational choices for the sake of a more prosperous star. If a creation cannot be properly studied, even with the aid of Kairos, we remake it. If a creation is deemed a detrimental essence or existence, we unmake it. 'Tis all for the greater good, and none question the necessity of such routine processes. I understand these things, I do. I would never think to unleash a clear and undeniable threat unto the world. Yeah? Oh, Hermes! You fell so far! Yet insignificant though their individual lives may be next to all of creation, it is all the Lykaones have. Before we seal their fates, we... Lykaones? 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 I guess it could be anything at this point. Before we seal their fates, we owe it to these beings to exhaust all options, to ensure that nothing has been overlooked. If you insist, let me provide you with a full report and we may take it from there. Would it be possible for us to attend the discussion, that Selk may better carry out his duties? By all means. Pray, show them to the meeting room. Are we gonna hang out outside? Can we come in too? You know what? I can entertain out here. That friend's so sad. Medion's so sad. We have a duty to this star, this I know. But it doesn't mean we don't also have a responsibility to the lives we bring into existence here. Hermes, I agree with you. I didn't think I'd ever agree with you. To man, other beings are just things to be used and controlled like magic. That's what Hermes told me once. That's not the truth! I fear this discussion may take a while, during which time... Meteon, are you feeling unwell? It's not me, Hermes. It's you. I won't go to the meeting. I'll stay with Valka. Low though I am to impose, may I leave Meteon in your care again? Leave it to me. I will entertain this bird child. I'm in your debt, if you'll excuse me. Can you help me with something, Valka? The meeting will make Hermes sad. I want to cheer him up with a flower. Hermes likes flowers the most. Of all the creations in Elpis, most creations are expected to be interesting or beautiful or strong, better in some way. But flowers are different. They're designed to suit our emotions, what we feel and want to convey. Hermes likes that. I can't make flowers, so I'll search for one. And I want you to search with me. Let's start here at the 12 Wonders. Okay, let's go. Let's find a perfect flower. Tree in bloom. Oh, this is all so good and cute. Vibrant purple flowers bigger than your hands adorn the tree. Oh, so big and bright. I love them, but they might be too bright. You have to think of the recipient. That's what Hermes said. Slender tree. There's no flowers on this. What are we gonna get from this? Sliver off some tree bark? A tall, slender tree rises before you. You crane your neck to look for flowers. No flowers. If there were apples, we could have covered them in syrup. Let's head outside next. Don't worry, we won't wander far. Can you jump over fences? My sweet child, you can walk right through them. What is a fence to an emotional construct? This way. Medion is the cutest. Everything here is the best. I say we just scrap it all, we go back to the original world. Now, I know we fought very hard against this. I know we didn't want the rejoining, but now I have some doubts, and I think maybe we should do it. Because I want to be here forever. Now, what does that mean for sentient life? I don't know. Doesn't matter that much. An array of beautiful flowers grows in the bed, their mix of colors forming a pattern. These would be better for Hermes, but they're hedged in. That means we shouldn't touch them. They're either under observation or poisonous. Any other place should be fine, though. Let's keep looking. Oh no. Oh, not this one. This one's carnivorous and mean. Don't. This is not the plant we are looking for. Set on a tall, thin stalk, the oddly shaped flower is mesmerizing in its undulations. Oh, a conion. A flower that can move. When Hermes wasn't looking, it shot seeds at him. Not a good gift, maybe, but you're good, Valka, at spotting flowers. We'll find something soon. Where to? Also, I did put on white so that my girl, Vina, would be able to recognize me a little bit faster as well. So maybe at long last we'll bump into her. You spy nothing promising nearby. At best, common-looking grasses with some few tiny flowers. Nothing around here. Oh! Over there, Valka! Something big! Huge! No! We know better than to do this! This is not safe! This is not what we're gonna give to Hermes! A terrible stench reminiscent of sodden old boots pervades the air. Without a doubt, the culprit is the marble-like creature before you. It's an Adonis! The things around its mouth look like petals, but the flowers are the orbs on its head. When Hermes inspected it, it swallowed him up. He didn't leave his room for days. What do you think, Valka? Would he like it? It's probably not the good sort of memory. So, not this one either. Finding a good flower, it's harder than I thought. I'm sorry, Valka, but could we search a little more? Maybe as far as the fields over there. I'll pick something after that, I promise. I would search this whole sky for you. Over here? Lush field. Ooh, we gonna find something here, I bet you. We gonna find something here. There's plenty of flowers in this place. Lush green fields stretch out before you, ending where the sky begins. Nah! Medion, I failed you. I'm sorry. Oh, there's nothing. The shiny thing over there. What could it be? I don't know. What is it? A mask? No. The flowers. This is the Elpis flowers. Pick one of these. Oh, Elpis flowers. They're here too. Hermes likes and dislikes them at the same time. Like me, they're entelechies. Like me, they feel his pain and turn dark. That's only for Hermes, though. For others, they're always white and bright. So he's filled with despair for some reason? In particular? Is he just very obsessed with the idea of mortality? Is he... Truly, the flower was dark in your home? Then, do you have it too? A dark emotion? Oh. Ah. Oh, I like how they give us different options for this. Oh, well, I do have a backstory for Valka and everything, because I'm a dirty, filthy RPer, so... It's a mix of 1 and 2. It's a mix of 1 and 2. Pain and sorrow of loss leading to great fury and frustration. I've known the pain and sorrow of loss. I see Hermes has known the same. The feeling that a part of you is gone again and again, but no one notices. Please, Valka, won't you lend it to me? Your pain and sorrow. Oh. Does Medion think that they're helping and trying to, like, take great emotional turmoil away from people, but instead completely ripping the ether from them? And is that what's causing this? I want you to make the flower dark in front of Hermes. He has been in a dark place since before he created me. He needs to know that he isn't there alone. That others are sad too. Truly, you'll do it? Yeah, I got it. I got it! Thank you, Valka. Thank you. It means more to me than I can say. I can't wait to see how Hermes reacts. Let's go back and fetch him. Okay, well, I guess we go back. I mean, I hope Hermes is chill with it. Maybe Hermes isn't ready to share his pain. Maybe he doesn't know how to share his pain. It definitely seems like he lost somebody, would be my guess. Would be my guess, at least, but... I mean, if anybody has experienced loss, it is a hard thing, a rough thing, a weird thing. I've talked before about my own loss in my life, and most recently, although it's been a handful of years now, the passing of my dad. And it's funny because actually part of the reason that my partner and I got together, there were many reasons, but we both had experienced that kind of unexpected loss before. And I remember what it was like when you first realized that you can talk to people about it, you can talk to someone about it. And I mean, gosh, if anybody ever, this is a note to everyone, but also to you if you need to share, but also to those who have to listen. It's so funny to me how people shy away from talking about those kinds of things, difficult things, conversations from loss to mental health to anything, right? They think it's embarrassing or uncomfortable to talk about, when in all honesty, it's some of the stuff that we need to talk the most about. I've been so lucky to be able to share some of my own story through things like the Seize the Awkward campaign, which was something that I got to do with ArenaNet and the National Ad Council, and to hear many other stories from all of you and other people, and on Twitch. Where, of course, again, it's never like you want to dump your trauma and the things that have happened to you on somebody who's not in a place to receive it, but to be able to share, to be able to talk, to be able to collect, to know, or to connect, to know that we're not alone, and that there are other people who are there beside you in any way, shape, or form, even if you don't ever tangibly meet each other, even if just knowing that there are other people who struggle and have dealt with the same thing, it really does make you feel less alone in the world. So I love seeing this little note. It seems they're still talking. Let's wait until they've finished. Oh.
Hermes!
Oh. You were waiting for me.
Yes, we were.
You've finished talking.
This little
Yes.
bird lady's
We've
so
come to a
cute.
decision.
They're gonna get rid of them, aren't they?
My thanks for keeping Meteon company.
Of course.
MSQ and Hythlodeus have already retired to their rooms.
They just left. They
There
didn't
is
even
room
say
for you
goodbye
too,
to me.
if you would follow me.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wait!
I want to show you something first.
I mean, maybe he just got consumed with making everybody feel what he felt, you know? Looking into despair, loss, those kinds of things. Like, maybe he just thought, maybe there was
Elpis
some
rouse?
little piece of him that was still in there. And I mean, obviously, like, so twisted when he got his memories, but he was still also Ammon and all kinds of things. Maybe part of it was just that he's always struggled with this and felt alone, and he just, in this kind of iteration in our life, in our timeline, it was so twisted, you know?
Go on.
Okay, make that flower sad. Turn it all black and stuff, I guess. Just pick one and do it. Aww. Oh.
You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Meteon has shared much with you.
Well, like, not all your secrets, Hermes, but just some. He's gonna take it off!
May we talk a moment?
Oh, he's hot too. They're all too beautiful for this world. All of them. That's why the world had to be destroyed, because otherwise, too many hot people in one place. It'd be devastating. He's beautiful though. When do we get to have eyes like that? Like, when do we get a whole new slew of eye color textures that have the glowy ring effect? Because I need it. Yes, we can talk a moment. Talking is important. A hedgehog. Oh. Oh, life is
I do not
precious.
think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Hythlodeus said when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will. And when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man.
And not for other creatures and entities.
Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished.
He could have been such an advocate for us with the Asians.
We make an effort to spare them the pain, but they sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear. And it is not beautiful.
The way his voice got all scratchy there at the end, that was so well delivered. Also, that's the new hunt cat, isn't it? From the hunt marker, the hunt board, you can get it in Old Charlian.
Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Not amiss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I am filled with dread.
No, you just have a big heart and you're very sensitive to the plight of creatures outside of yourself.
But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. I won't ask what you thought as you kneeled beside the Elpis, or if you only did it at Meteion's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you.
You're welcome.
To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort.
I guess in a perfect world, for those who don't feel as though they're perfect or can't hide it, you know, it is a terrible thing, an isolating thing. I have no more brooding. I can tell you all about suffering. I mean, but I feel like she would say it kind of tongue-in-cheek, and I don't know if they're gonna read it that way, you know what I mean? Oh, we'll pick it, why not? Might as well. Get a little flair, I'll try and make it a little smarmy. Oh, I could tell you all about suffering.
Lest you misunderstand, I derive no pleasure from your
Oh no, I
pain.
see, he took it too seriously!
It's just the fact that you are still here in spite of your suffering gives me heart.
That line, that line, that line. Even to all of you, to everybody.
The stars in the heavens. Know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life.
Well, that's it. I guess we're going to outer space.
So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there?
Guess that's what's happening in future expansions.
What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day? To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteion and her sisters. Sisters. She has a great many of them, and they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life.
Oh.
As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it.
Interesting! Will they come back in our
But I
time?
have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long.
Did they already come back?
And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness.
Can I just give this boy a hug? Look, he got real messed up later. He eventually turned into
It's
fanny
getting
pack.
rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow.
But at one point he was a good boy, and he was extremely good looking as well. Not that that really
Come, Mita.
matters, it's his heart
Let's
that
head back.
matters more. But he's hot, though.
All right.
Is one coming back now? Also, we gotta protect this small child. What was that? Does he get a message from the stars or something? What was that knowing little smile? Like, I just learned something of great importance, but I will not tell you. Not until 50 more cutscenes. The prodigal familiar returned, and after causing all manner of trouble while we were in our meeting, I'm sure. Were you able to get some rest? Please, do not hesitate to let us know if you're feeling tired. I worry we might exhaust your scarce reserves of ether. Wait! Medion needs to be talked to.
I'm glad Hermes saw the flowers. Thank you, Valka. It will help, I hope. Today will be difficult for him.
An all too brief interlude, perhaps, but it is time I attend to my next task. As MSQ and Hythlodeus are aware, we reached a verdict regarding the fate of the Lykaones. 7 were created for observation, and all 7 must be unmade. Doros has followed the correct protocols, and as Chief Overseer, I can find no fault in his judgment. The Lykaones would disrupt the natural order, ravaging and consuming other species until they themselves starve and perish. They cannot be released into the wild, and they cannot be allowed to remain here in Elpis. I intend to petition the Bureau of the Architect to have the concept preserved as a restricted purpose hazardous life form. Hythlodeus has pledged to support me in this endeavor. Yet, whatever the Bureau decides, the existing Lykaones have served their purpose. Doros has already isolated the creatures, and is preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join him forthwith. It is my duty to witness the conclusion to this study. If you are resolved, then we have but to accompany you. Of course. Let us be off then. We return to the main aisle. I'm sad we didn't get to see inside the house we done slept in, but that's okay. We still have... Oh, we're gonna actually walk there a bit more. Hippo Toe! It's a really unfortunate name. It's Hippotui. That's probably it. I'm gonna say that's probably it. This zone is gonna be so phenomenal to be able to fly around when we get all the ether currents. It's gonna be so good. I'm gonna get a million pictures from way up high. There's that beautiful weather. I love it. It's so pretty. It's like that first kiss of sunset, you know? It's them! Really? Well, why are these ones big-sized, but the other ones that you get as the mount reward aren't? Give me the full-sized one! Doros, are you hurt? What happened here? They caught me off guard. I had them bound with ethereal shackles, but they became frenzied, even more so than usual, and broke free. I was able to stop 4. The other 3 escaped. I see them. 2 have taken to the air above the 12 wonders. The last is up ahead, lurking in the fields. You and Valka handle that one. The pair in the sky you can leave to me. If this is how it must end, then so be it. I will render assistance to MSQ, unneeded though it is. Meteion, you ought to stay here with Doros.
But Hermes!
The Lykaones must be reverted. I would spare you their pain, and mine. This is my burden, not yours. But if you are intent on helping, then please follow my lead. Okay. I guess let's go kill some dogs. I mean, it's interesting that to revert them, their bodies aren't... Maybe these ones are just dead, but their bodies haven't actually been, like, reincorporated into the ether. I would think that they would kind of disseminate, right? They wouldn't just be, like, dead corpses. I mean, that's pretty brutal if so.
Stay with Hermes, Valka. He will need someone when the time comes.
Never mind my wounds. They are easily healed. It is the Lykaones which concern me. Okay, let's go. Let's go take this one down. Is it gonna be kind of like a mini Fenrir fight? Maybe just with fire? I could see that. If you really want to get deep into weird lore stuff, this is where you would be like, then how did a tiny one make it into the future if the whole, like, concept was essentially put under lock and key after this?
I appreciate your help, and lament that it is necessary. There it is, our quarry. Within striking distance at present, but if it feels threatened, it may well flee beyond our reach. Here is my plan. You will approach slowly, in full view, and draw the Lycaon's attention. Now, I warn you, its abilities are as fiery as its temperament. Once it spots you, it will unleash orbs of flame. But fear not. By my measure, you are more than equal to the task. Withstand the onslaught for a few brief moments, and that will give me time to catch it unawares. Ready? Then let us begin.
Okay, here we go. Oh, it's making orbs. Oh, the orbs do a fair amount of damage, huh? I like that they just kind of have it hovering up there. Like it won't deign to come down and fight us. Oh, even more, huh? Okay. I wonder if them mentioning that so many of these creations that they made could fly has something to do with, like, an in-game explanation as to why various mounts can fly. Even if they are creatures that really don't seem like they could. I would not put it past Final Fantasy XIV to do something like that, where they felt the need to justify why all sorts of creatures can fly in the air. Canonically, even just as a forms of transportation around the map. Okay, well, we did it.
Cutscene time.